Hello and welcome to sports here on AccessVision. I'm Michael Miller with Laura Davis working the camera for us tonight. We've got our first telecast of Michigan Community College Athletic Association Conference Volleyball here from the Miller Gymnasium on the campus of Kellogg Community College. Our hometown Bruins come into tonight with a record of 10-2 overall, coming off a victory just 2 days ago on the 10th of September. Against the University of Northwestern Ohio JV team. They swept they swept that match in 3 games. We're going through warm-ups right now. Going to go ahead and take an opportunity to break down or at least announce the rosters for both teams. Lake Michigan Redhawks come into tonight's contest with a 1-6 overall record. This is the conference play opener for both teams. For the Redhawks, number 1, a sophomore, Olivia Still. Number 2, a sophomore, Jessica Hand. Number 3, a freshman, Elena Wells. Number 4, a freshman, Peyton Miller. Number 5, a sophomore, Peyton Oman. Number 6, a freshman, Kaylin Mannion. Number 7, a sophomore, Summer Huff. Number 8, a sophomore, Julian Bruckner. Number 9, a sophomore, Kaylee McDaniel. Number 10, a sophomore, Sophia Carrier. Number 11, Taylor Butler, a freshman. Number 12, Delaney Cole, a sophomore. Number 13, a sophomore, Sammy Jurgensen. Number 14, a freshman, Emma Lewis. And number 15, a freshman, Mackenzie Ash. Head coach for the Redhawks is Robert Elliott Schaffnitz. It's a lot to say there. And now for our hometown, Kellogg Bruins. Coached by Judy Mason in her second season as the head coach of volleyball here. A freshman, number 1, from Kalamazoo, Anya Rulis. A freshman number 2 from Olivet, Kira Alberts. A freshman number 3 from Portage, Michigan, Rachel Keithley. A sophomore number 4, Julia May. She comes from Charlotte. Number 5, a freshman from Cadillac, Callie Masserang. From Galesburg, a sophomore, number 6, Gaby Kringle. A sophomore from Charlotte, number 7, Tony Keith. From Athens, a sophomore, number 8, Elena Brubaker. And from our local high school area, from St. Philip Catholic, Kate Dole, number 9, she's a sophomore. From Middleville, a sophomore, number 10, Alana Compton. Number 11 will be a freshman from Clare, Michigan, Mackenzie Warner. Number 12, a freshman from Athens, is Piper Porter. Another St. Phil Tiger on the roster, just graduated last year. Her first year as a freshman, number 14, Riley Altman. From Olivet, a freshman, number 15, Kara Pretty. And another St. Phil Tiger on the roster, freshman graduating last year from the Tiger Den, number 17, Mackenzie Grimm. Assistant coaches for the Bruins, Colleen Skelton and Jordan Arnold. The athletic trainer is Tom Lawrence, longtime trainer here at Kellogg Community College. Okay, we just finished the national anthem, so we're getting ready to start here our conference opening play this year for the 2024-25 volleyball season. Here from the Miller Gymnasium on the campus of KCC, Lake Michigan Redhawks will be the guest on the scoreboard, and they are dressed in their road red uniforms. Lady Bruins will be home on the scoreboard. They're outfitted with royal tops, black shorts. KCC has a 15-player roster, 6 sophomores, 9 freshmen. Lake Michigan has a 15-player roster as well. They go the opposite. They have 9 sophomores and 6 freshmen. The Bruins come in to tonight's contest with an overall record of 10-2. The Redhawks from Lake Michigan are at 1-6 so far. Julia May to serve for the Bruins. She's a 5'7" sophomore. Get things started here in set 1, best of 5. Little dump over try by Lake Michigan. That's played well by Doyle of KCC. Defended well by Kringle from Galesburg for the Bruins, number 6. Solid play so far for the Bruins here. We've got a long point going here off the opening serve of May. Nice shot. Masserang putting some mustard on that. But Lake Michigan's able to defend and get back across. Good long rally right here, both teams. And double hit violation. Bruins up 1. Get the initial point to get this match started. And the libero for the Red Hawks, number 2, Jessica Hand. Notices that's going to carry long and does. On to serve for the Red Hawks. Number 12, a sophomore, Delaney Cole. She's out of Mishawaka, Indiana. Low sinking drive. The Bruins able to play it as Doyle sends it across the net. Still with a kill attempt for the Red Hawks, defended by the Bruins. Block for Bruckner, number 8, listed at 5'10". In the 2 slot at the net, secures the second point. Excuse me, they do have them reversed, I believe. Let's see after this. Nice kill try for the Bruins there, defended and played back over the net into the back right corner. It's a 3-1 Lake Michigan lead here. Good kill try by Piper Porter out of Athens for the Bruins. Defended well and played even better back on the other side of the court to gain the point. 3-1 Red Hawks. Doyle to set up May. We had a block try, deflection. That'll be the second point for the Bruins. It's a 1-point lead, 3-2 Lake Michigan. Piper Porter now, a freshman from Athens to serve for the Bruins. McDaniel sets up Ash. Bruins are able to turn it now back over. Their libero Hand sets up a kill try for Still, number 1 of the Red Hawks. Unable to be returned by the Bruins. It's a 4-2 lead. Now serving for the Red Hawks, number 2, Jessica Hand. High arching shot, carries too far. It's out. 7 onto the floor. That's Tony Keith. And now serving for the Bruins, number 1 from Kalamazoo, Anya Rulas. Single play try return for Lake Michigan. Now we get a long setup try. Kringle's kill is successful as it deflects off the left arm of Hand for the Red Hawks. First set is tied at 4. Rulas is serving for the Bruins. And able to play that to McDaniel. Kill try again by Olivia Still of the Red Hawks. Caught a piece of the net, I believe. A Bruin defender onto the floor for the point. Lake Michigan moves ahead 5-4. Julian Bruckner will serve now, number 8 listed on their scoreboard. Rulas got a piece of it on the receive. But ricochets on a real tight line over to Kringle. That'll go as a point for the Red Hawks. 6-4 on the scoreboard, Lake Michigan. Rulas sets up May, and they get a block. So Kringle with a touch pass over. And well played by the Red Hawks, number 11, Taylor Butler at the net. Sends it deep, unplayable or unreturned by the Bruins. It's a 3-point lead, 7-4. Bruckner still serving for the Red Hawks. Line drive serve, it's played by Rulas. The pass for the Red Hawks goes further into their end. Still is able to return it for them. Number 11 is Butler. She looks like she has listed at 6 foot out of Portage Northern. Net infraction, I believe, on the Red Hawks at 7-5, Lake Michigan. Now to serve for the Bruins, number 8, a sophomore, Elena Brubaker. Red Hawks with a two-touch pass. Now it gets back over. Kringle with a nice driving effort that's returned by the Red Hawks. And then a touch shot just over the front blockers. Olivia Still for the Red Hawks picks up a point on that and now goes back to the service area. Red Hawks up 8-5. Still with a low line or low sinking drive. That'll set up a nice stroke by May, number 4 for the Bruins. Left-hander. Unable to be returned by the Red Hawks. Bruins trail by 2 is Kringle. Gaby Kringle, she's from Galesburg, Augusta. She's a sophomore. Deep serve for her. Played to the front of the front line, and Butler for the Red Hawks able to pound that one down for the point. Red Hawks 9-6 here in the first set. Porter will play the serve over the, First pass return going too close to the net. Red Hawks pick up the point. They now have a 4-point lead, 10-6. Kringle able to get it to Brubaker. Bruins pick up the point on that cross-court shot. Close it down to a 3-point lead, 10-7. Kate Doyle, St. Phil graduate 2 years ago. This is their sophomore season. Bruins able to play that as Porter at the net, or on a drive at the net, deflected by the Red Hawks and down to the ground for a point. They trail by 2, 10-8 here in the first set. Red Hawks now with a kill attempt by Ash, played back by the Bruins. As Porter had a nice drive as well. That's a hard shot. The Bruins are going to struggle to get the third one back over. Kringle had the last try, but as she's going to the ground, couldn't get enough on it height-wise. Point Lakeview, 11-8, Red Hawks. Number 9, serving for the Red Hawks, Kaylee McDaniel. She's listed as a sophomore. Portage Northern graduate as well. Porter sets up Brubaker. Bruins finally get it back over. Had to just get a couple of hand passes, single hand passes. Bruckner. Called out. Called out, so point goes to the Bruins. It's Julia May. Charlotte, she's a sophomore, number 4, left-hander. Deep serve, front of the net. That's going to set up Bruckner for the Red Hawks. Some more single-hand hits. Good job of keeping it alive for the Bruins. Red Hawks now will go right at the center. That's blocked well Callie Masserang from Cadillac for the Bruins, number 5, able to block and defend the net well. Bruins trail by 1, 11-10. Julia May still serving. Tacks down the line. Jorgensen, number 13 for the Red Hawks. Gives it a go. Point to the Bruins. This first set is tied at 11. Good job of serving by May for the Bruins. Good defensive block there at the net for the Bruins as well. Hand just sends one back over for the Red Hawks. Now Bruins with a chance to set up a kill try. On the left side of the net for Porter. Bruins regain the lead, 12-11. Good job of serving. Good decision by the Red Hawks to let that one go. Carries just along, so that service point streak ends. Our first set here is tied at 12. Delaney Cole is set to serve for Lake Michigan. Porter with a nice stroke for Kellogg. Gets the point back there as Lake Michigan unable to play that cleanly. Just the deflection. 13-12 KCC. Porter to serve. Challenges deep on the outside left. Kringle with a nice drive. Too hard to handle for the Red Hawks. It's a 2-point lead for KCC, 14-12. Porter, a freshman from Athens, number 12, serving. Received, but set further back for the Red Hawks. They're able to finally get that back across the net, and a deflection by the Bruins leads to a point for Lake Michigan. It's 14-13 Bruins. Jessica Hand, the number 2, a sophomore from Howardsville Christian. Kringle just has to softly get it over the front row. Does. Bruckner for the Red Hawks, listed at 5'10". She's out of Niles. She's got strong presence on her kill tries. Good frontline play defensively and offensively for the Red Hawks here. This first set's tied at 14. Masserang at the net. Gave it a go to try to defend. Lead to a point for the Red Hawks. They take a 15-14 advantage. Bruckner again at the net for the Red Hawks as Doyle received the serve. Got it back over, but Bruckner played real strong here in the early go of tonight's contest at the net for Lake Michigan. Doyle digs that one out. Sets up Masserang. You have a deflection. No, they let it go, and it lands wide on the left side of their floor. Bruins are going to utilize a timeout as Judy Mason, the head coach of the Bruins, going to gather troops up. Trailing by 3, 17-14. Look for AccessVision on Facebook and Instagram. You can visit our website at www.accessvision.tv. The home opener for KCC just 2 days ago on Tuesday here at the Miller Gymnasium. Successfully swept the University of Northwestern Ohio JV team. Taking that match First game 25-11, second game 25-16, and closed it out in the third set with a 25-17 win to move their overall record to 10-2 here. As we have stated before, this is the opening of conference play here in the MCCAA, the Michigan Community College Athletic Association. There are 3 divisions. Sharing the breakdown of those 3 divisions here throughout the night. We're here in the first set. Redhawks with a 3-point lead. That serve by hand carries wide of Porter and out of bounds. 1-7. So Rulas will come in for the Bruins to serve, and Tony Keith out of Charlotte, number 7, goes to the front row. Butler and Bruckner. Butler is number 11, Bruckner number 8. They are playing well at the net for the Redhawks as Bruckner now will step back to serve. Rulas has to just get it off of her arms on a platform try. Bruins able to get it back over the net, and a little dink shot, but one-handed shots were all the Bruins could get there as Rulas had the last try, got to the net, but not over. It's a 19-15 score. Redhawks have 3 players listed at 6 feet, their tallest players. Butler tries to go cross court with it, too wide on that. Point to KCC. Elena Brubaker from Athens. She's a sophomore. Number 8 on the scoreboard, in the program. 19-16 lead Lake Michigan. Deep drive on the serve. Sets up still. A kill try, ricochet on the defensive attempt for the Bruins. Leads to a point for Lake Michigan. Sammy Jurgensen will return to the floor for Lake Michigan, number 13. Still serve is deep and too long. Called out. 5 slips onto the floor for Lake Michigan. Peyton Ullman. As Gaby Kringle from Galesburg, Augusta, readies to serve for the Bruins. Effective serve, pushed it deep. Number 10 for Lake Michigan, Sophia Carrier. Had that ricochet off her arms on the return try. 2018, KCC trails here in the first set. Butler's play at the net is defended well by the Bruins as Porter shut that down. It's a block and a point to the Bruins as they've closed it back down to just a 1-point margin, 2019. Deep hard serve again for Kringle. She's a solid player. Good defensive net play by the Bruins. Gets this first set tied at 20. Deep serve again. That's going to ricochet off of Jessica Hand's platform try to return that serve. 21-20 on the scoreboard. Bruins have taken a lead. Lake Michigan, I believe, is called for their timeout. in that 3-set sweep on Tuesday for the Bruins. Kringle ended up leading the team with attacks with 11 kills. Looking at that. Let's see, she also led the team in digs with 14. She's a leader, sophomore player on the roster for the Bruins. Got a chance to talk with Coach Mason and Gaby yesterday ahead of this matchup tonight. Solid student athlete back to live action as Butler sends it back across to the Red Hawks. Porter now kill try that's defended by the Red Hawks. Deep strike and at the net to try to defend for the Bruins. Tony Keith got a piece of it. That falls to her right and onto the floor. This first set is tied at 21. Taylor Butler serving for Lake Michigan. Deep serve, going to force Bruins to have to send a long one back by Porter. Red Hawks now try to go with a quick little dump over as number 9, Kaylee McDaniel, didn't get it high enough into the net. Point to KCC, 22-21. Bruins out in front. That'll bring Doyle, Kate Doyle, sophomore from St. Phil, back onto the floor for KCC to serve. Set up 13 for them is Jurgensen. Defended by KCC as Julia May had her attack shot sent right back to her and off of her. No one else could get to it. First set tied at 22. Butler. No, 8 is Bruckner. The Killer Bees for the Red Hawks as McDaniel serves. Porter passes to Brubaker. Nice strike by Masserang. Defended though and played by the Red Hawks. Deflection and out, so point goes to Lake Michigan. They now take a 23-22 lead here in the first set. Daniel's serve carries too far as Kringle observes that past the back line. Tara Pretty from Olivet, a freshman listed at 5'7" onto the floor. Serving is Julia May, number 4, sophomore for the Bruins. Deep serve. A little touch pass over that really didn't look like much from Bruckner of the Red Hawks, but it was effective. Slips by the Bruins. Lake Michigan takes a 24-23 lead as Coach Mason will utilize another timeout. Talk to her Lady Bruins. Ben Yarger is listed as the strength trainer for the Lady Bruins. KCC with 3 former St. Phil Tigers on their roster. Kate Doyle is just mentioned her name. Libero, a sophomore, listed at 5'4". And number 9 on the roster, Riley Altman, is a freshman. Number 14 on the Bruin roster, also from St. Phil, is Mackenzie Grimm, a freshman as well, number 17 in the program. Delaney Cole, number 12, onto the floor for the Red Hawks. To serve with the Red Hawks leading 24-23 here in the first set. Doyle able to play that. Porter with a nice strike, diving save big for the Red Hawks as their cross-court try by Olivia Still carries long and out of bounds. And it's 24-24 with Porter to serve now for Kellogg. deep serve goes off of the hand-arm combination of Olivia Still. Nice placement of that serve by Porter. Another deep one, another effective one. It's 26-24. First set goes to KCC. Good match here. On hand, it's the conference opener in the MCCAA. Grab that little piece of paper. There's 3 divisions. I was able to take a peek. I didn't realize we had expanded out to 3. There's a Northern Division, a Western Division, and Eastern Division. Kellogg Community College is in the West, along with Lake Michigan. Southwestern Michigan, Lansing Community College, Kalamazoo Valley, and Glen Oaks and Marion University and Scylla make up the Western members. In the Northern Division, Muskegon Community College, Delta, North Central Michigan, Grand Rapids Community College, Bay College, Alpena Community College, and Montcalm Community College. In the Eastern Division, you got Jackson College, Mott Community College, St. Clair County Community College, Schoolcraft College, Henry Ford College, Macomb Community College, and Oakland Community College. Bruins come into tonight with a 10-2 overall record. Lake Michigan at 1-6. Close first set. Bruins able to take that 26-24. Kellogg has 3 players listed at 6 foot. That's going to be Callie Masserang out of Cadillac, number 5 on the program. Alana Compton, number 10. She's from Middleville Thornapple Kellogg. And Mackenzie Warner from Clare, number 11 on the program. A couple of 5'9" players as well, so decent height to patrol the net, front row for the Bruins. We were just at St. Phil last week for high school girls volleyball on AccessVision at the Tiger Dens. We had a chance to see Vicki Grote and her Tigers take care of Colon, quick fashion at home. Southwestern Michigan in the Western Division. It's setting with a 10-3 record. Lansing Community College is 8-4 overall. Kalamazoo Valley at 6-9. Lake Michigan, as we mentioned, 1-6. Glen Oaks at 1-7, and Marion University and Scylla at 1-7. So nice start for the Bruins. They'll flip court sides. Bruins to our left, Red Hawks to our right in the red uniforms. Bruins in their royal blue tops, black shorts. Lake Michigan to serve first is Kaylee McDaniel. Will do the honors for the Red Hawks. Doyle able to pass ahead to May. Gets a set-up try for Pretty. And Bruckner with a strong kill. Ricochet off a Bruin player. Carried to the back wall for an early initial point. Lake Michigan. Deep serve, Doyle over to Kringle. Get it back to Porter, which strikes long, but played by the Red Hawks. Bruckner, number 8 for Lake Michigan. Didn't hit that as solid as she's hit some of the other ones, but just as effective as it catches a piece of the Bruin and out of bounds. 2-0 early here in the second set. Doyle to receive. May sets up Porter. High arching second pass by the Red Hawks. It's Mackenzie Ash, 6-footer from Kalamazoo Christian for the Red Hawks, unable to get that back over the net. And Piper Porter from Athens now for the Bruins. Serve. It's played by hand. One hand set up pass and a quick kill by Bruckner. Very strong play from her so far. Red Hawks with a 3-1 lead. There is that number 12, Delaney Cole, sophomore out of Mishawaka, Indiana. Kringle now on the outside. Strike try, but it's returned by the Red Hawks. One play pass here. Both teams. May will get it back to Doyle. Set up Kringle again. And a reset for the Red Hawks is still cross-court shots played by the Bruins. Leads to a shot for Pretty that's going to say played by the Red Hawks, cross-court, and then they're unable to get it back over the net. Close it down to 3-2 on the scoreboard. Bruins trail. Rulas, number 1, to serve for Kellogg. Still strike attempt for the Red Hawks, defended well by the Bruins. It's going to be an outside strike now by Pretty for the Bruins. It's going to lead to a setup for Bruckner, but that carries long, wisely not played by Rulas. Good striking ability, though, for number 8 of the Red Hawks. Also mentioned number 11 for them, Taylor Butler. That serve try carries long and out. Jessica Hand, number 2, to serve for the Red Hawks, as they're up 4-3 here in the second set. May sets up Pretty, that's defended by Hand. Red Hawks now with Still off on the ground, just gets it over the net. That will get to Kringle. She tries to go soft, but didn't fool the Red Hawks. Big strike by the Red Hawks, but Rulas did well to get that one going. Her second try carries long and out. 5-3 Lake Michigan. Porter able to set up May. Back to Porter, mid-zone strike that's played by the Red Hawks. And there's Butler, number 11, with a good strike, deflected by the Bruins, but good for the point. 6-3 Lake Michigan. And accumulating a couple of service points now for the Red Hawks. She's still serving. Rula sets up May. Kringle's going to have to work quick to the net and off the corner. Big strike again, but defended well 2 times by Hand of the Red Hawks. As Butler just a little short or too low on that kill try into the net. Point for Kellogg is Elena Brubaker onto the floor. She's from Athens, 5'3" sophomore. Hand driven back to play that. Now a platform push back up to the front. Not quite fooling the Bruins as Kringle gets a shot down the alley that's defended. And here comes Bruckner with a big boom, and that looks like that's going to go as well, as Bruins able to get it back over the net, but almost a perfect setup for Olivia Still. She's from Portage Central for the Red Hawks. 7-4 Red Hawks now as Bruckner, Julianne, first name, serves for Lake Michigan. Kringle ends up getting 2 of the 3 hits as the Bruins are able to get it back over the net. A little pop-top shot and a big shot there. Oops, number 7 is Tony Keith. That was played well by the Red Hawks. Comes back to Kringle. She's able to take something off it, put it in the middle. That returned by Lake Michigan as scoreboard reflects a 2-point advantage, 7-5. Gaby Kringle to serve for the Bruins. Set up on the outside strike try. Rulas able to get it over to Brubaker. And Kringle unable to successfully connect with that one into the net. Point to Lake Michigan, 8-5. Red Hawks. Sammy Jurgensen, number 13, onto the floor, and Delaney Cole, number 12, number 1, that's Olivia Still. Bruins able to set up an outside strike by Porter. Good job of defending that to dig it out. Net violation, I think, at the net for the Red Hawks. Point to KCC. Kate Doyle with the ball in her hand, trailing by 2, 8-6 here in the second set. Outside strike attempt by Jurgensen. Successful. It's a 3-point lead now. Number 11, Butler, to serve. After we get the loose volleyball behind her secured. Doyle over to May. It's going to lead for Mazarang. Able to get that over the net. Nobody home for Lake Michigan. 9-7 on the score. 2-point lead. Julia May. 5'7" sophomore for the Bruins to serve. Might have had a little side spin to it as it curves out of bounds along the sideline. Kaylee McDaniel, number 9, to serve. From Portage Northern. Back to Doyle. May sets up Porter. Carries long with no net touch, so. 11-7. Daniel's serve is played by Doyle. May. Quick little setup to Porter. Didn't have to put much on it. Got a deflection off the Red Hawks. Point to KCC. 11-8 lead for Lake Michigan. Piper Porter to serve now for the Bruins. Couple of dink shots for the Red Hawks this time. That one finally falls to the ground. Point Lake Michigan. Did that with softer shots, well placed, unable to be returned as Kayla McDaniel onto the floor for the Red Hawks, number 9. Jorgensen serves. Back to Porter now, gets it over for KCC. Bruckner able to just one-hand it for the Red Hawks. A couple of one-hand plays. Kringle now has to save the day for KCC and a diving dig for hand. Sets up a kill down the alley for the Red Hawks. Outside official says good. Moves it to a 5-point lead, 13-8 on the scoreboard, and Coach Mason will utilize her first timeout of the second set. Lady Bruins actually began their season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 events listed as scrimmages or an exhibition. That began back in August 9th. They started playing for record-keeping purposes on August 27th. Recently suffered back-to-back losses to give them their 2 of 10-2 record this year, but great start for KCC. So we're back to live action. Not quite a desperation play, but successfully over the net for KCC. That's going to set up a kill attempt that's blocked well at the net by the Bruins. Porter now with a mid-area jumping strike shot that didn't have enough height on it into the net. Point to Lake Michigan, 14-8 now on the scoreboard. Doyle digs that out. Mazarang on the outside over the net for the Bruins. Still at the net. I think it hit the antenna or the outside of the net. Anya Rulas, number 1 to serve for KCC as they pick up the point, trail by 5, 14-9. Hand digs that out for Red Hawks. That's up and outside. Just a dink over shot now is a couple of single hand passes. Gets it over the net successfully for KCC. Outside strike by Olivia Still, number 1 for the Red Hawks. Untouched. Good velocity on that. Point to Lake Michigan, 15-9 now here in the second set. Jessica Hand to serve. She racked up a couple of consecutive service points earlier. That serve, though, carries long. Wisely not played by Rules and the Bruins. Moves it back to a 15-10 scoreboard. As Elena Brubaker out of Athens. She's listed as a sophomore, 5'3". Deep serve. Initially touched and carried back, so now Red Hawks will just have to get it over, and they do. Outside set up for May. That's blocked well, but still in play for the Bruins. May has to platform it over her head and successfully does. Good block play there by Porter and Kringle for the Bruins. Long rally point play here. Kringle gets it cross court. And, wait to see what the back official does. Raises the flag as it's registered long and out. Point to KCC. 15-11 now, they trail by 4. Brubaker still serving. Still plays the first one, gets it back. Big strike, but played well by Rollis of KCC. Still with another cross court, or would have been, but deflected that by the Bruins. They finally get it over to Kringle. Kringle with a headsy play, but Lake Michigan able to keep that going. Gets it back over the net. Julia May, the left-hander, gets it over the net for KCC. Still's going to have to stay on the floor. And a third try for the Bruins is successful over the net. Bruckner, number 8, making a play, but teammate whistled for an infraction. I believe it might have been Butler at the net, but point to KCC. Brubaker still serving. Point to KCC. Butler unsuccessful getting that back over. It's a 2-point advantage. Bruins trail 15-13. So Brubaker picking up a couple of much needed points for the Bruins. Outside strike try by Still, but that's defended well with the Bruins. Brubaker just has to flick one hand or right hand at it. Unsuccessful in getting it back over the net. Point back to KCC. It's now down to a 1-point advantage as the Red Hawks utilize their first time out of the second set. Their coach, Robert Elliott Schaffnitz, gathers up his crew. They had a pretty steady lead most of the second set, and a nice rally here as of late by the Bruins to close this thing back down to a 1-point contest. Just looking over some of the teams by their division here in the MCCAA conference. Looks like Alpena has only played 3 times. They're 0-3. Don't know if they just had some scheduling problems, but something else is going on. But they have the fewest contests to date. Oakland Community College is also 0-4. They're in the Eastern Division. We're back to action now as Brubaker still serving for the Bruins. Still with a kill try. Carries long. Still from Portage Central. Carries long on her try, so it's evened up at 15 now. Brubaker's done a good job of getting some service points for KCC. Kringle with a big drive that's dug out and over the net, so one-touch play for the Red Hawks. Now they're going to set up on the outside, do the Red Hawks to Still. Porter and May with the block attempt for the Bruins. Leave Porter got a piece of it, falls to the floor, point to Lake Michigan. Bruckner now to serve. Sinking drive, played well by Rulas. Porter able to strike it deep and scramble the Red Hawks a little bit. That's going to carry long. Still with an outside strike attempt, carries long. Set is tied back up at 16. Sophia Carrion, number 10, onto the floor, and Kringle, number 6, to serve for Kellogg. Deep serve. Splits 2 defenders there as Hand and Carrier each thought it was going to carry long, and it didn't. So nifty point there to get the 1-point edge back in favor of Kellogg, 17-16. Sets up a strike attempt for Still of the Red Hawks. That's played by Brubaker. Over to Kringle and now May to get it over the net successfully. Butler, a jumping strike for the Red Hawks. KCC's able to get back over. Brubaker now going to set up May. Good strike there, but Hand able to dig that one out for the Red Hawks. Left-handed, one-handed shot try for the Red Hawks by Still. Into the antenna. 2-point advantage, 18-16 here in the second set. Carrier defends the serve. He's going to set up a Butler try that's blocked at the net by Keith of the Bruins. Good job defensively at the net for KCC. Leads to a point. Extends it or pushes it out to a 3-point advantage. 19-16 as Lake Michigan is going to utilize another timeout here in the second set. Well, this is our first telecast of Kellogg Community College volleyball. I believe we were able to get soccer here earlier, maybe a week or two ago. I was asked to join Lauren Davis, our camera operator here, for our volleyball action here at Miller Gymnasium. I want to say newly built. It's been a few years. I think it opened in the 2018 fall. Might have been 19. I know they had to utilize, they being Kellogg Community College, had to utilize the Battle Creek Central Fieldhouse, while the former or the original Miller Gym building was brought down, and this one built nice and bright, nice and airy, seating on just one side, but good atmosphere to watch a volleyball game. And basketball as well. But we're here tonight for volleyball, so Kringle back to serve now as she gets things started again. Red Hawks drive across the net. It's going to lead to a setup for Porter. Porter with a big drive and off the arm of Carrier. No other teammate for Lake Michigan could do anything with it. It's a 4-point lead, 20-16. I wouldn't say it was a slow start here in the second set, but Red Hawks were able to get out to an early lead by a couple of points and kind of hovered there for a while. And all of a sudden, Brubaker had some nice serves, make a run on points to get the score tightened back down. Now the Bruins are enjoying a 5-point lead, 21-16. Kringle still serving. Challenges hand. She's able to platform that up to the front row. Sets up a strike attempt, but either caught a part of the antenna or went around it. From my angle, I couldn't see it, but it leads to a point for Kellogg. It's now 22-16. Kringle serve, changes it up, catches. You could tell the trajectory was a little different that time. Successful, though, as it catches the tape of the top of the net. It falls over harmlessly, builds it back to a 7-point advantage. Kellogg 23-16. Set up try for Butler. Going to say defended well off of that strike by Butler. KCC did. I think it was Brubaker ends up setting it back over to Porter. Got good striking ability at the net as well, so starting to stretch it out now. It's 24-16. Nice comeback and a hefty run of points for the Bruins. So they're going to say KCC player Brubaker caught a piece of that. And then out off of her and out of bounds, but point goes to Lake Michigan. Down 7. Still to serve and does. Brubaker now will set up May on the outside. Gets it over the front line blockers. Took something off it. And the Bruins pick up the point, and the second set goes to them, 25-17. Best of 7. Or excuse me, best of 5 as I'm writing a 7. Bruins take the first set 26-24, this one 25-17. Teams will switch sides. Six sophomores and 9 freshmen on the roster for Coach Mason. Got 2 players from Athens on the Bruins roster. Elena Brubaker, she's a sophomore, and Piper Porter, a freshman. Got an Olivet connection as well. We've got 2 players from Olivet. That's going to be Kara Priddy, number 15. And it's Priddy, Priddy. And Kara Alberts, she's listed as number 2, and a freshman also from Olivet. 2 players from Charlotte as well. Just looking over the roster here to give you information you may or may not know. Julia May, she's number 4, the lefty. We've seen her do good things here so far tonight. And as well, where's the other one? Tony Keith, number 7. Well, before tonight's action started, team stats through 12 matches. Kellogg averaging 10.45 kills per set, averaging 9.49 assists per set, and 2.14 blocks per set. Service aces per set taps out at 1.83, and digs per set at 17.26. Bruins are coming off back-to-back losses before their win here on Tuesday. Earlier this week, their home opener against Northwestern Ohio. They were on the road talking to Coach Mason yesterday, as I had mentioned, and she said, hey, you know, we lost those 2 matches, but traveled through 4 states and really played well. And so far off to a good start, certainly tonight as well, as they take the first 2 sets, nearing the start of set number 3. Kringle, Priddy, Masserang, May, Doyle, and Porter on the floor for the starting 6 Bruins. Jurgensen, McDaniel, and number 15 is Ash. And then we've got Bruckner, number 8. She's played solid tonight. Number 1 is Olivia Still, and their libero number 2, Jessica Hand, as Julia May starts things off, serving for Kellogg here in the 3rd set. Ash with a kill try for the Red Hawks. That's defended well by Porter. She gets it back, and she sends one, forcing a Red Hawk to dive down. That sets up Ash with a big, that's not Ash. Not worry about that. Simple get over the net for the Bruins. That's going to lead to a Bruckner strike. Successfully in 3 hits. Gets back over the net for Kellogg. 15 is Ash for the Red Hawks. Her strike attempt defended well by the Bruins. Hand with a little fist punch shot. Closed the fist. Too far on the right side and out of bounds. First point of the 3rd set goes to Kellogg. A long point rally there. Successful serve dug out by the Red Hawks. May will now set up looking at the wrong roster. Priddy for the Bruins. Blocked well at the net by the Red Hawks. 1-1 here early in the 3rd set. Delaney Cole, number 12, will serve for the Lake Michigan. Does not clear the tape into the net. Point to Kellogg. 2-1, and that'll move Piper Porter, number 12, to the service area. She strikes it to the back left corner. That's the dig out, leads to a long mid-range shot that carries too far on the outside line to the left by the Red Hawks. Point to Kellogg. 3-1 is their lead here in the 3rd set. Porter's serve into the net. That might have taken something off it. Didn't seem like it was as hard as the last one, but you got to do that every once in a while. Change things up. Point to Lake Michigan. 3-2 is the advantage for KCC as Jessica Hand is back to serve for LMC. Mazarang with a big strike over the net. Dug out well by Hand. Mazarang is well defensively at the net for the Bruins. That'll lead to an errant shot by the Red Hawks. Bruckner out with that attempt for Lake Michigan. Carries long and out of bounds. 4-2 is our score. Kellogg out in front here in the third set. Danya Rulas, number 1, serving now for the Bruins. Strike attempt by Still, number 1. That did go long. Moves it out to a 5-2 Kellogg lead. Rulas tries to tight line on the sideline, but dug out by the Red Hawks. Big strike, but played well again on their side are the Bruins. That leads to a Kringle smash attempt. Give her a kill. That ricochets off a Red Hawk player, and Lake Michigan is going to utilize the timeout here early. A 6-2 lead for KCC here in the third set. Today is Thursday, September 12th. On Saturday, 2 days from now, the Lady Bruins will head on over to Port Huron, Michigan, for a Skipper's Quad event. They will take on North Central Michigan College, a member of this conference, and Delta. We've got a doubleheader scheduled this Saturday for them. As we mentioned, 10-2 is their start. Overall record coming into tonight's contest, which is the conference opener against a divisional opponent, Lake Michigan. Nice job by Kellogg, though, to earn an 8-point second set win. Put together a nice run of points to stretch that out and take the first 2 sets. Here we're back to play in the third set, 6-2 Kellogg. Deep serve, played deep as well by the Red Hawks, and then at the net, and good. Number 7 is going to be Tony Keith with the point for Kellogg, as Rulas will serve now, number 1 for the Bruins. Outside strike attempt at the net's blocked well by the Bruins. Hand got caught underneath the net. That'll lead to a point to Kellogg as they now enjoy a 6-point advantage, 8-2. Red Hawks set up Butler at the net. She's got a good strike, her and Bruckner. They're successful with their net play against the Bruins. That'll be point out, point to Lake Michigan, 8-3 the scoreboard, and Julianne Bruckner to serve for LMC. Rulas with a good decision there. Court awareness. Pretty close to the back line and knew it was carrying just a smidge long, so quick point back for Kellogg as Sophia Carrion, number 10, down to the floor for Lake Michigan, and Brubaker to serve now for the Bruins. She had a nice second set run of service points for the Bruins. See if she can get something going here. Olivia Still with a kill attempt that carries long. Initially, it looked like they gave the point to Kellogg, but nope, deflection off the net. against a Kellogg player. Point to Lake Michigan 9-4. Bruin advantage. Olivia still to serve for Lake Michigan. Rulas digs that out. Bruins able to get that back over as Kringle just sends a high lofter over the net. Now a big strike coming from the Red Hawks as Taylor Butler successful on that. Caught a piece of a Bruin, but ricochets to the back wall. Closes us down to a 9-4 lead for Kellogg. Quick play for the Red Hawks just to get it back over. Now the Bruins take 3 hits to get her back over the net. The set up pass attempt by number 9 for the Red Hawks. McDaniel was too much to handle for Emma Lewis, number 14. Point Kellogg and Kringle to serve now. Gaby, a sophomore from Galesburg Augusta. Well, that pass play ended up going over the net to the Bruins. Subsequently leads to a point and a 6-point lead, 11-5. See that deep pass from the back line. Had just a little too much distance on it. Goes over the net. Easy play for Kellogg. Picks up the point. Kringle now switches it up. Tangle up 2 Red Hawks. They're able to get a second hit, but the third one falls out of reach from Butler. It's a 7-point advantage, 12-5 now, Kellogg. Kringle's got good command on her service in terms of location and speed adjustments. Blocked by the official, but now I see who comes out of there. Number 12, Piper Porter with a big kill. Untouched by the Red Hawks. Is now an 8-point advantage, 13-5. Point to the Red Hawks. I had a couple of patrons stepping down the aisle here. Blocked my view, but can see the point goes to Lake Michigan. 13-7 is Butler to serve. Deep service. Kringle gets a piece of it, but that goes over into the Bruin bench area. Moves it back to a 6-point lead for Kellogg, 13-7. Good serve by her, dug out well by Rulis. Subsequently, go backs over for the Red Hawks. A little bit behind the play is my timing here as Porter swipes at it. Doesn't catch everything flush into the net. Point now, Lake Michigan down to a 5-point lead, 13-8. Softer serve this time by Butler. Played easily by the Bruins. Porter with a smash at the net, catches a blocker. I believe that was number 9, McDaniel. Outside hitter for them, trying to block, got a piece of it, but nothing more as Doyle returns to the floor. Kate does for the Bruins to serve now. Red Hawks set up on the outside. Kringle has to play that one and does. It'll get back to her for the third hit over the net for the Bruins. Successful there. Mid-shot strike is going to be just inside the 90-degree corner of the side and back line. Good strike by the Red Hawks. Let's see who's going to serve here. It's 14-9. Kellogg. Bruckner, number 8, back onto the floor. And McDaniel to serve for the Red Hawks. Takes something off it. Porter has to save it. Mazarang ends up getting it across the net for the Bruins. Big strike by Bruckner. Lands just outside. May will serve the lefty for Kellogg. I believe Mazarang will step back onto the floor as well. And pass attempt shot, if you will. Lakeview or Lake Michigan, Lewis carries long. And out of bounds, 16-9 now. Kellogg out front. I like the way Kellogg mixes up their service locations and their speed. A couple of officials deal with the net. Looks like that's back in place. May to serve. She's out of Charlotte. Sophomore, number 4. Ash, number 15 for Lake Michigan with a strike. I think Red Hawks are saying that it got a piece of that. 17-9 now, so May racking up a couple of service points. We're out to an 8-point lead. That one carries long. I believe it was Kara Pretty, number 15 for Kellogg, that slipped in a moment ago. Anyways, Lakeview, I gotta stop that. I just said Lakeview 2 times in a row, my bad. New server for LMC, number 7, Summer Huff. Played well by Doyle, sets up an outside strike for Porter. Porter gets it right back off the block. Bruckner successful in taking something off her shot at the net for the Red Hawks. They're able to get back within 6 at 17-11 here in the third set. First time serving tonight, I believe, for Summer, number 7. Got a little heat on that. Played well by Porter. Blocked at the net, do the Red Hawks. Porter now, though, gets another outside strike and a kill shot for the Bruins. Solid play tonight so far for KCC. Porter to serve now. Up 18-11. See, Ash for Lake Michigan able to smash one across, and then Kellogg unable to do anything with it. That leads to a Red Hawk point. 18-12 lead for Kellogg as Jessica Hand serves. Drops down. Porter on her platform dig out shot. Carries into the net area. Too tight for any other Bruin to do something with it. Cuts it to a 5-point lead. 18-13 now. Doyle able to receive that. Does up to the front row. That leads to a setup for Kringle. Blocked at the net by the Red Hawks, but then behind and out of reach. Point to Kellogg. So nice play there. It looks like Rulas is back onto the floor as Mazarang will step off. Kellogg wiping up the floor. Anya Rulas out of Kalamazoo. Number 1 on the program to serve once we're ready to begin play. Butler and Bruckner are out on the front line for the Red Hawks. They've got excellent striking ability. Challenging the Bruins here tonight. Hoff able to pass that up to the front row, still with a strike attempt that catches the top of the tape. Does not clear in 3 shots or 3 hits. Now a 7-point Bruin lead, 20-13 here in the third set. Best of 5. Deep serve that time, too deep. Goes up past the back line. Bruckner now to serve for Lake Michigan. Ulas able to send it deep into Red Hawk territory. They utilize a quick shot back. Kringle's going to get a drive that's played by Bruckner. Still at the net, defended well, blocked. And we had Keith, number 7. Lee got the piece of it for the block. Point goes to Kellogg. They're now up 7, 21-14. Brubaker onto the floor for Kellogg, number 8. See if she can close this thing out here. She ran a multiple point serve second set. Brubaker now sets up May. Defended well, blocked at the net by the Red Hawks, but successfully controlled and over the net for the Bruins. Still is running out of real estate there. Couldn't get the ball back over on this side of the court or the antenna. Red Hawks going to go ahead and utilize a timeout here in the third set. They trail by 8, 22-14. Well, this Saturday in just 2 days, on the 14th, AccessVision will be at Lakeview for all-city swimming and diving girls competition. Lauren, are you going to be there? I believe it's going to be Lauren working the camera. I'm going to have a second announcer with me, Deb Coster. It'll be my first time doing swimming. Girls All City this Saturday at Lakeview, swimming and diving. But tonight, here at Miller Gymnasium, Bruins looking to close this thing out. They're up 22-14 with Brubaker serving. Red Hawks are utilizing the full timeout. Brubaker's serve is set up now for a strike from Still. She goes down the right side alley against Porter. Able to get a left arm on it. Nothing after that. Emma Lewis, number 14, an opposite outside hitter, listed at 6 foot. She's from Gull Lake. Onto the floor for the Red Hawks is Still. The serve for LMC. Outside strike attempt from Kringle. It's defended well. Now a mid-shot area attempt by Still. Carries long. That'll make it 23-15. Gaby Kringle to serve now. Butler's strike attempt carries long. It moves it to match point here, 24-15. Gaby does try to move her service locations around. This time tried to go in the back left corner. Back line too far. Point to the Red Hawks. It's Butler now. Serve with an 8-point deficit, 24-16, and her serve carries long. That closes things out in a sweep fashion, 25-16, so congratulations to our Lady Bruins. Taking the first set 26-24, second set 25-17, and that third and final to complete the sweep 25-16. That moves Kellogg's overall record to 11-2, 1-0 in conference play. Lake Michigan moves to 1-7, 0-1 in conference play. I thank Lauren Davis for working the camera for us. Tonight, I'm Michael Miller doing play-by-play. Congratulations to the Bruins here at home. They had their home opener on Tuesday, and we wish them luck the rest of the way.
AccessVision, your voice, your community.